Good morning, class. This is Lieutenant Dr. CMA Nancy Gupta in front of you, and we are going to take our topic today from salary, that is perquisites. Income under the head salary, we are going to study today. It is perquisite. What it is, we have already discussed, but in short, I am going to tell it that benefit attached to an office or position in addition to wages or salary is a perquisite. It denotes a personal advantage. It may be given in cash or in kind. It is given in kind. It should be capable of being measured in terms of money. For income tax purpose, we limit the scope of perquisite to the benefit received in kind, for which it is convertible in terms of money. Perquisite received in cash are termed as allowances, and if it is received in kind, then it will be perquisite. We'll study three things here in perquisite. That will be perquisite taxable in all cases, perquisite taxable in cases of specified employees, and we'll study the meaning of specified employees, and then tax-free perquisite. So here I'm going to start with it. This is the meaning of perquisite. In addition to salary or wages you receive, then it will be a perquisite. It may be given in cash or in kind. It can be measured in terms of money. If it is received in kind, then it will be a perquisite, and which should be convertible in terms of money. If it is received in cash, then it will be termed as allowances. Perquisite taxable in all cases. The value of rent fee accommodation provided to SSE by his employer, the value of any concession in the matter of rent regarding any accommodation provided to the SSE by his employer, any sum paid by the employer in respect of obligation, but for such payment would have been payable by the SSE. Here are the some list, or I can say an example of this. Payment by the employer to employees for club, hotel bill, provided that they are not connected with the employer's business. Payment by the employers of any loan due to his employees. Payment by the employer of education expenses of the children of his employees. Payment by the employer of the salary of the domestic servant of an employer meant for his personal use. Income tax paid by the employer in respect of salary. However, tax paid by the employer on the value of perquisite not provided for by way of monetary payment. Legal expenses incurred by the employer to save or defend the employees. Any sum payable by the employer, whether directly or indirectly, through funds other than recognized fund or superannuation fund. It can be a deposit-linked insurance fund, to an effect of insurance on life of the employee in respect of a contract of annuity on the field of the employee, the value of any specified security or sweat equity share, the amount of any contribution to an approved superannuation fund not exceeding the value of 1,50,000, the value of any other fringe benefit. Fringe benefit is non-wage payment or benefit or amenity facility as may be prescribed. So this will all be taxable in all cases, in every employees, in everywhere. Now we are going to discuss some of the benefits or amenity shall be included in the income tax of an employee. This will cover under section 17, subsection 2, subsection 7. Interest-free loan or concessional loan, holiday enjoyment, free food, gift, expenses charged to the credit card, club expenses, use of movable asset, transfer of movable asset, or any other benefit. The value of this kind of benefit, if you are getting it, then it will be included in case of any employees in their income. Now that was the fully taxable perquisites. Now we are going to talk about perquisite taxable in case of specified employees. Who are specified employees? If I talk about that, then the employee who fulfill any of the three conditions will cover under the specified employee condition. First is a director of any company. An employee who is a director in the employer's company, whether full-time or part-time, whether continuing as a director for the whole or part of the year, is a specified employee. Second is employee having substantial interest in the employer's company. Substantial interest means an employee is said to be have substantial interest in the employer's company if he is the beneficial owner of the equity share carrying not less than 20% of the voting power. He is also termed as a specified employee. Any other employee not covered by the above two conditions, whose income chargeable under the head salary, including all monetary payment from one or more employers, but excluding the value of all benefits or amenities given in kind, which is exceeded 50,000, is called a specified employees. Here, the limit of 50,000 does not include the deduction which are allowable under section 16 shall be deducted, and the balance only will be considered whether it exceeds 50,000 or not. Salary means all taxable monetary benefit like basic salary, DNS allowances, bonus, commission, taxable allowances, but shall not include the value of any non-monetary benefit or perquisite. Taxable monetary benefit perquisite shall also be included in the salary for this purposes. Before moving tax-free perquisites, I would like to mention something which is free or concessional benefits amenity provided by the employer to his employee. If the value shall the value which shall be included in the salary income of the specified employees, that facility of the car if it is given by the employer, sweeper, watchman, gardener, and personal attendant if he is receiving from the employer, gas, electricity, energy or water, education facility to the member or employee household, or transport facility. In case of a specified employee, if he is receiving these kind of facilities from the employer, then it will be taxable in case of a specified employee only. What is important here? The value of certain perquisite is not taxable in case of a specified employee. To become a specified employee, the monetary income from salary should not exceed 50,000. If monetary salary does not exceed 50,000, the employer should be a director of that company, must have a substantial interest in that. Moving towards tax-free perquisites. Whatever amount you are receiving from the employers, it will be a tax-free. There are some examples: medical benefit, tea or snacks provided in the office or factory at your workplace, residential status provided at site, residential accommodation basically provided at site, expenses on telephone including mobile phones, expenses done by the employer's contribution to staff group insurance scheme, scholarship to employees on their children's paid by the employer, the facility of the conveyance provided by the employer from the resident to the place employment and vice versa. Next is refresher course. Refresher course is if the employer pays fees for an employee taking refresher course or management course in order to enable the employee to perform his services more efficiently. Such expenses will be treated as a scholarship. Tax paid by the employers on value of perquisites. Perquisite to the government employee posted abroad. That means any perquisite allowed outside India by the government of India to a citizen of India for enduring services outside India. This exemption is not available to non-government employees and also to those who are not citizen of India. Please remember it. Next is rent-free house and conveyance facility provided to High Court judges, or rent-free housing and conveyance facility to the Supreme Court judges as well. The value of rent-free furnished residence provided to a minister specified of a parliament. Laptops and computers provided by the employer for the personal use of an employee or any member of his household. Interest-free concessional loan if the amount does not exceed 20,000 during the previous year. It does not aggregate in the income. Leave travel concession under section 10 subsection 5. Apart from this, periodical and journals required for the discharge of work, transfer without consideration to employee of a mobile assets by the employer after using it for a period of 10 years or more. These all are the tax-free perquisites. What is this? This is actually, I have covered some of the taxability of perquisite in case of a specified and non-specified employees. Mentioning sweeper, gardener, watchman or personal attendant. Then it will be taxable in case of a specified employees. In case of a non-specified employees, here are the two conditions: specified and non-specified employees. Taxable. If you are receiving sweeper, gardener, watchman or personal attendant engaged by the employees or engaged by the employer. If it is engaged by the employer, non-specified के case में it will be exempt. Next is gas, electricity, energy or water. Connection in the name of employee, then it will be taxable in both the cases, specified or non-specified. Supplied by the employer, it will be taxable in case of a specified employee. It will be exempted in case of a non-specified employees. I have already told you about specified or non-specified. Education facility. Educational institution is owned and maintained by the employer, or educational facility is allowed to the educational institution. Then 1,000 rupees per child. Cost or the value of the benefit does not exceed 1,000 per child. In case of a specified or non-specified, it will be exempt in both the cases. Education facility provided to the member of the household, then it will be chargeable to tax in case of a specified employee. In case of a non-specified employee, it will be exempt. Other educational institution, then it will be taxable in case of a specified employees, and it will be exempted in case of a non-specified employee. Telephone facility is exempt in both the cases. Use of mobile asset except car, taxable in both the cases. Transfer of mobile asset, taxable in both the cases. If you are receiving the car owned or hired by the employer, then it will be taxable in case of a specified employee. It will be exempt in case of a non-specified employee. If it is owned by the employee, then it will be taxable in both the cases. Transport facility, if it is given by the employer to specified or non-specified employee, in case of a specified employee, it will be taxable, and in case of a non-specified employee, it will be exempted. Here is the valuation. How we will calculate the valuation of residential accommodation. In case of a government employees, what we'll do, unfurnished or furnished, we'll see whether it is a furnished house or a non-furnished house. In case of a government employee, this includes central government or state government. Amount determined by the government rules. First, amount determined under section A, add 10% of the cost of the furniture for higher charges, less amount paid or payable by the employees. Then it will become value of accommodation. What you have to remember, the note is employees of a local authority or statutory corporation or employees government on deputation, which anybody or undertaking the control of such government are considered as a non-government employee for the valuation of residential accommodation. This I'm going to discuss medical facility, which I have already told that it is non-taxable perquisite. Before moving towards medical facility, there is some important meaning, that is member of family, which will cover under medical facility. The treatment of the member of family, which includes the spouse and the children of the individual, that is employee. In case of a wife, husband will be the spouse. In case of a husband, wife will be the spouse and their children's. The parents, brother, sister of the individual, any of them wholly and mainly dependent on individual, will cover under the meaning of family of the employee. Moving towards, if they are taking treatment in India, the perquisite in respect of medical facility provided by the employer in the following hospital, clinic is not chargeable to tax. Hospital owned and maintained by the employer, hospital maintained by the government or local authority, or approved hospital under CGHS, medical facility like prescribed diseases, alignments in a hospital approved by a principal, chief commissioner or commissioner, chief commissioner shall be fully tax free. Health insurance premium, medical insurance premium paid or reimbursed by the employer for the employee health under an approved scheme by the central government or IRDA for the purpose of section 36(1) IB is not chargeable to tax. Any reimbursement of the employer in respect of any premium paid by the employee to effect an insurance his family under an approved scheme by the central government or IRDA is also a tax-free perquisite. Any other facility in India, sum paid by the employer in respect of any expenditure actually incurred by the employee on his medical treatment in India or any other family to the extent of 15,000 in the previous year was available up to assessment year 18-19. However, assessment year 19-20, this has withdrawn. The standard deduction of 40,000 is allowed. This standard deduction is allowed in lieu of transport allowances and medical reimbursement. If this medical treatment is taken outside India, any expenditure incurred by the employer on treatment of an employee or his member of family outside India, medical treatment of the employee or any family member exempt to the extent permitted by the RBI. Stay abroad of the patient and one attendant exempt to the extent permitted by the RBI again. Travel abroad to the patient and one attendant, travel expenses shall be except wholly if the employee whose gross total income before including therein such travel expenditure is less than rupees 2 lakh rupees. Condition to be satisfied are as follows. Expenditure included perquisite only to the extent of permitted by the RBI. Expenditure shall be included in the perquisite only in case of an employee whose GTI, that is salary, house property, PGBP, capital gain and other sources, including their in expenditure on travelling does not exceed 2 lakh rupees. Then it will be tax-free perquisite. What is important here? Family is equals to spouse plus children plus dependent. Dependent में parents, brother, sister will included. Hospital include a dispensary or a clinic or a nursing home. Any medical allowances given by the employer is fully taxable irrespective of actual expenses. If the bill are issued in the name of employee or employers makes payment, then it is taxable in the hands of employees, whether specified or not. If it is issued in the name of dependents or if services is taken by employee, then it will be exempted. Fixed medical allowances is always chargeable to tax. Then there is a taxability on specified and non-specified cases. Sweeper, gardener, watchman as personal attendant will be taxable and exempted in some specified cases. Gas, electricity services, if it is given by the employer employee to employee, then it will be taxable or exempted in the following cases. Education facility, if it is provided by the employer employee, then it is exempt or taxable. Interest free concessional loan, telephone services, movable asset services, transfer of movable asset, then it will be taxable or exempted in following cases. Car owned or not hired by the employer, then it will be taxable or exempted. Or transport facilities given to the specified or non-specified cases, then it will be taxable or exempted. Here is the calculation of government employees. How we calculate furnished or unfurnished accommodation. This we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you everyone. This was about from my side. In case of a perquisite, ask your question now.